Welcome to Motivational Monday. It's Monday evening and it's time for our daily reading. We've made it to day 177. It is June the 9th. We made it. We are alive. We made the list. There's air in our lungs. Our heart is beating. We got another chance to give this thing a shot at what they call life. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm Coach Kenya and this is our daily reading. I'm so glad to have you here. I'm so grateful for my life today. I was just wanting to put a couple thank yous in my journal. How are you all doing? Hey Lacey, welcome in. Hi Sal Willie, how are you? Hi Jackie. How's you guys' what's today? Monday. How's you guys' Monday going? I am actually having an absolutely peaceful. Well, it's been busy because the kids all go to private school. So instead of graduation, the sixth graders have like what they call prize day. So we did do that earlier, and that was such a blessing to see all the young ladies that have been going to school together since they were in kindergarten to graduate today. So that was beautiful. I was taking a moment to write down a few things. Hello, Miranda. How are you, beautiful? Apple's user, how are you? Shiri, how are you? Hi, Ty. Welcome, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and our Facebook page. Thank you so much for being here. Just so you know, on Facebook, I'm not able to visibly see your comments through the software, but I am thinking of you. I'm shouting you out. And every now and then I can see the comments, which is, I don't know why that's worded like that, but good afternoon / early evening Instagram. How are you doing? It is only 2:45 in Arizona. Meekat, how are you? Mayla, hello. How are you? Is it Mala? Mala, how are you? Ver and Mabel and Doris, welcome in. Hi, user 798. Nadia, how are you? Linda, Power Testify. My name is Coach King, and this is my backup page. I do have over 60,000 followers on my other page. This page, I'm able to go live, so I go live over here, but I post on my other page. So if you're new to following me, you do want to follow both accounts if you want all the information, the free tips and resources that I offer for weight loss and wellness. The daily readings I do on my backup page, which is what we're about to do right now. And what a daily reading is I used to weigh over 592 pounds. I lost it naturally. And I talk to you about fear, mindset, food cravings, behavior modification, food rewiring, and dealing with your metabolic muscle through your mentality, mindset, and emotional irregularities. Okay. I am a retired professional counselor, clinical coordinator, and behavior analysis. I've been retired for several years as I've been working in the field of the area of obesity and mental health for the last 10 years. I lost 479 pounds in 22 months, and I've kept it off for 8.5 years. I lost weight in 2014. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. So what I like to, hey, just say, how are you? I like to give people an opportunity to get the information, knowledge, and resources they need to truly succeed lifelong. No one wants to be hopping on and off no weight loss diet program, situation, or circumstances every time they look up and go through a loss or a grief situation in their life. They want to be able to have a grieving moment and not gain 100 pounds. People want to be able to have a moment of sadness and not gain 75,000 pounds from emotional eating. But we can't do that if we don't deal with our mindset, our body, and our soul. And that's the platform that I provide for you here. An opportunity, no strings attached, for you to tap in and get resources, information, scientific information, studies, all of the above that can magnify and edify your weight loss and wellness journey so that you not only be successful at being skinny, but you're successful at being healthy. Because ain't nothing cute about being a sick, skinny bitch, okay? Ain't nothing cute about that, amen? All right. So with that being said, remember, it's not just about snatching your waist. It's also about getting your mindset into the game and making sure you have a relationship with food. If you used to eat to feel better, you'll go back to eating to feel better because your body goes back to what it's used to, not what it's new to. Your body doesn't go back to what it's new to. It goes back to what it's used to. So what happens is you can get on the journey. No one needs really, everyone has access to almost the same thing, except some people like me study the science of the body and metabolism. I can talk to you for days and nights and weeks and years about calorie count and how it helps you lose weight and and you can drink this and do this. But what I like to talk to you about is what happens when you're able to address the mindset, the initiator of the problem. I'm not promoting anything, honey. What are you promoting? I'm not promoting anything. This is our daily reading. I'm educating people on the importance of mindset and emotional sobriety. I'm a retired professional counselor, behavior analysis, and clinical coordinator of over 20 plus years. And one of the ways I was able to lose weight is because I dealt with my mindset. So for the last 177 days, I've come live every single day and offer people an opportunity so that they can learn about fear and codependency on food. That doesn't cost you anything, baby. That's free. I come here every day for free, no charge. I'm on 7 different outlets right now, free, no charge. What I want to give you is the information that's free to you, that no one told you is relevant to your weight loss and wellness. Doesn't matter if you're skinny, thin, big, or fat. If you are a person who wants to be healthy, who wants to achieve a goal, who wants to overcome a circumstances, who wants to walk past their past, who wants to walk past fear, who wants to walk past failure, then you're in the right place, because it's not just about weight loss. Remember, I didn't just gain weight. I also lost all my homes, all my cars, all my savings and everything. I lost a marriage of over 17 years, my children and everything behind obesity. It's so much more than just being skinny. But we don't stop long enough to learn that. So what I like to do is provide a safe space so people you struggling with weight on and diabetic. Okay, love bug, I'm not promoting anything. This is the one moment where I only talk about giving you resources and education. So if you just want to grab a pen or maybe the notes in your phone, so if I say anything, okay, baby. So if I say anything that can help you, you write it down, okay? And I have free meal plans on my website when you go. I've been working with women well before TikTok was created, and men. I work with over 115,000 people in 14 countries. I've spoken on stage to hundreds of thousands of people. So unfortunately, I'm not new. I might be new to people, but I'm not new to this. I kind of love it. Not the struggle of it, but I love educating people on their body type and how their metabolism has been affected by their emotional irregularities. Hear what I just said. Your metabolism can be heavily impacted by your emotional irregularity. If you are someone who deals with severe depression and anxiety, weight loss for you isn't like everybody else. That's the first nugget. Okay. Remember, when something is going on with our mind and our body or our soul, they all can either communicate or they can ignore each other. And when our mind is not engaged in what we're doing for our body, we're just following the motions. Have you ever gotten in your car and drove to work and you can't remember how you got there? You don't know if you locked the door, cut off the refrigerator, cut off the iron, cut off the stove, and all that stuff like that. Okay, let me tell you a secret about that. That can come from you not being present. The struggle to be present comes from when we're dealing with emotional irregularities. Did you know that? Did you know that most people get up and run and go because they're trying to predict the future from happening? They're trying to predict the future from happening. We get up every day and go to work so we can pay our rent for July. So our constant grind becomes about making sure we have what we need for later. Many of us then forget what we need right now. Like, we'll be working hard every day to pay the rent for July, but we're not eating enough food, enough carbs, moving our body, getting enough sleep, drinking enough water to be alive, to live in the apartment that we busted our butt to pay for June. I'm just showing you the connections, baby. Okay. If you're someone who has autoimmune disorders and diseases, the some of the medications. Oh, Lacey, thank you, beautiful. I'm sorry if I'm missing your comments. Let me get them because y'all know I get to talking. Oh, oh, is it in Israel? Is it Israel? You're welcome, handsome. I think you're male. You're welcome, handsome. I'll praises to you and blessings to you, baby. Thank you so much for the gifts. I did not see you. Thank you for the follow as well. I got you back. Um, Thank you for sharing me. I appreciate it. Robin, welcome in and thank you for the gifts. Hey, Instagram. Hi, Heavenly. Hi, Gisette. I'm seeing you all, guys. It's kind of delayed a little bit, so my comments saying good morning and hello. I mean, good evening and hello be late. That's on me. I'm sorry. The software is delayed, and then my signal's been bad for weeks. Lacey said, so good, coach. And my baby Selena's in the building. She recently dropped over 30 plus pounds. And the weird thing about the weight loss is that it's not really a highlight of what we do in my program, although my program is for weight loss. The women in my program typically end up working 90% on their mindset and 10% on their body. It's a mind thing. It's even your health is a mind thing because your mind is what tells you I'm doing this anyway, even though I know it might trigger swelling, lymphedema, edema, nausea, vomiting, a headache. I might black out, but I'm still gonna go eat that. I know that I should take this medicine, but because the medicine gives me a headache, and didn't tell the doctor the medicine gives me a headache because I don't take it consistent enough. So the doctor thinks I'm taking the medicine, but I'm not really taking the medicine, right? So I'm out here in these streets with a disease that needs to be some type of medicated or some type of treatment, but I'm not even doing the thing the doctor told me to do, but yet I'm still running back to the doctor telling the doctor that I have the symptoms. What the holy baloney and macaroni is that? I used to do it. Y'all know sometimes when I'm giving y'all examples, some of it do be my clients, but y'all know most of the times it be me, my crazy butt. My old me. Oh yeah. Doctor give me medication. I remember they gave me metformin and fenfin. Fin fin fintra I can't think of the name of it right now. Okay, but they gave it to me for weight loss, right? And boy, the doctor said when you come back in 30 days, you should have minimum dropped at least 50 pounds. By taking these, they're gonna suppress your appetite. And you're not, baby, what he didn't tell you. See, this is what he didn't say. He didn't say, but if you're severely depressed and anxious and suicidal, the medication might not be as effective. If you're an emotional eater, difficulty sleeping, and have a lot of stress in your home, it might not be as effective. If you're struggling with support or boundaries in your household and you don't got the money to purchase the items I'm telling you to purchase in order to make the medicine work, he forgot to say that if you have any of those factors present, it might be a little different. See, he left out the most important part. The most important part was all the other things happening in my life that made me emotionally restrict, emotionally set down, emotionally become locked in, depressed. And then I would come out of that depression by eating my way out of it. Because somebody would buy me food or bring me food or say, let's go eat. See, my friends would take me to eat to help me feel better, not realizing they're feeding the addiction that's killing me. My friend would cook and bring me my favorite, not realizing she's feeding the addiction that's killing me. Did you know I would get depressed when I didn't have enough money to buy the junk food that I wanted to consume? See, we want to talk about visceral and I want to get healthy. I want to get the weight off, and I did. But what I didn't know when I started this journey is that the weight was beyond skin deep. See, what I didn't know when I started the journey with over 62 pills a day, paralyzed from the waist down, severe atrophy in all of my muscles, 7 tubes coming out of my body, a poop chute, a pee poop, a vacuum, a womb vac, as well as a port. I had a port right here, and a pick line. Mm-hmm. See, that's where I came from. The photo's in front of you. I don't got to make it up. I can just put up the proof. You do the math. You don't see those the one pick line in my neck, a port, and a pick line in my arm. You do the math. You look at it. You see it. Y'all said my picture ain't my picture. What the point I'm making is so much more than my weight. That's all. I just wanted to open up Motivational Monday, motivating you to look outside of the box. Good afternoon, Cheryl. How are you? Vivian and Cheryl. Gordy, thank you. Come on, Coach. Tell the trick. I'm trying, baby. Look outside the box. Like I said last week, if you are walking around with a whole lot of failures at a lot of different things, small things, short things, started things that you get and finish, it carries over. And what begins to happen emotionally when we set goals that maybe we don't complete them, what begins to happen is we begin to create a schema in our mindset about our capabilities. See, many of us have not come to the conclusion that wellness equals self-control, self-discipline, and self-acceptance. The 3 S's, S to the third power. Self-control, self-discipline, is self-acceptance. See, what I've come to the conclusion that if I don't accept who I am right now, in the body that I am, in the situation that I am, in the circumstances that I am in right now, then there's nothing I can do to get to the next place if I have no clarity no understanding, no relevancy in what I'm doing right now. If I'm only rushing to the next existence, that means I have not had a chance to gather the lessons from this situation. As I move forward and I'm advancing, I'm addressing and checking my emotional maturity, my emotional sobriety, my emotional processing, because I'm checking to ensure that I'm not dealing with things in the world through the way I feel, so that I don't eat for the way I feel anymore. I began to train my body to fuel it. My focus isn't does the food taste good? My focus is the food good for me? It's not if the supplement expensive. Is the supplement going to allow me the ability to not be on the medication anymore? Hey, it's not I don't want to drink my food. It's if my food is not nutritious and you're telling me video after video, listeria breakout after listeria breakout, a salmonella breakout after salmonella break. If the proof is telling me that even the food ain't that great for me, then don't you think it's about time that I educate myself, empower myself, get myself on the track so that you don't have to tell me what to do? I can tell you what I need to do for me. Self-control, self-discipline, self-acceptance. If I'm looking for change, if I'm looking for true well-being and true wellness, then I'm looking in every area. My pursuit isn't how skinny I can get. My pursuit is how healed I can be. Hey, how healed I can be. See, there's a different vibe about that. That means if I gain a pound or two because life became stressful, I'm not going to want to go jump off a building because I have emotional maturity about my health and wellness. Because the scale don't rock me. The gym don't stop me. You see, this is home fed. This is homemade, baby. You can shut down every gym. You can bring back coochie vid, cocker vid, and everybody cousin's vid. And I'm still going to look as good as I look, boo-boo. Because, see, COVID ain't got nothing on me when you got the best supplements that exist, okay? Now, that's my personal opinion. You can have your own opinion. All I'm letting you know is, see, I became educated. I became more knowledgeable about things like turmeric, cayenne pepper, ginger, cinnamon, mint. Things I didn't even know were good for you. Things I didn't even know helped with digestion and sleep and vision and skin and migraines. Natural? What that be? Hmm? I'm a little old girl from the hood. What that natural? A natural path? Heck, now I only know the people in the white coat. But what I learned was the people in the white coat were practicing on me. So why wouldn't I be able to practice on me? They're practicing. They're practicing. They're practicing. You do know that, right? So every person, I used to do it too, that's running around hollering, my doctor said, you might want to get that checked out about a couple more doctors. Because usually when we're walking around hollering, my doctor said, there's some areas in there where you can empower yourself, minus what your doctor said. Did you know that your doctor will tell you something and distract you from doing something natural because you doing sick care keeps you in his office? Did you know that? Not intentionally. That's the protocol. That's how they're raised. That's how they're trained. Huh? Huh? I've always talked about this concept, and we have 5 more minutes of motivational sharing. I always talk about this concept. Have you ever noticed that when you go to the doctor, you never leave the doctor off medicine? Even when you show a major improvement in all your labs, have you ever noticed that they say keep taking the same meds that you weren't taking right, and they think that's the reason why your labs are better? Y'all better start thinking about these things. You know you ain't taking action right. When that man told you your labs look good, you know them labs ain't got none of that medication in there. Why you sitting up under that man like that? Let that man think you out here in these streets doing everything he done told you and you not? Huh? Wait, what? Quit doing that. I did too. See, what would happen with me is it would be so many instructions in the doctor's office and no guidance. They would tell me stop eating, go to the gym, work out. They would tell me all these things, but no guidance, no resources, no pamphlets, no handouts, just a lot of ga from the doctors that I was paying $75 copays to. I left with a bunch of ga and another script every single time, to the excess of 62 pills a day and 19 different diagnoses to terminal. My date to die was June 15th, 2014. I was turning 36. My death date, when they said I was going to die. This bottom picture, 592 pounds. I don't know about you, but I'm looking pretty alive. I'm feeling pretty alive. I'm feeling pretty alive. But one of the things I had to hurry up and accept is that if I didn't change the way I thought and everything about the way I lived, then my change was only subcutaneous. If we want to achieve better health, better wealth, better prosperity, better emotional beings, function on a higher vibrational energy and level, achieve our biggest, wildest dreams, reach goals we never thought we could, that requires a certain type of alignment in your life. When you look at people who are doing what you wanted to do or doing something you thought you would do, and you think to yourself, I want to do that. The only difference between them and you is, babies, they begin to align themselves. You have the power to do the same thing. Thank you so much, Cheryl. You have the power in you to do the same thing. The only thing I tell you to do is never think your journey is going to look like anyone else's. The ladies and the men that I work with will tell you their journeys all look like theirs. They all have a base meal plan, but no one's meal plan is the same. Why? Because they're all different. I have people that work overnight, that get up early in the morning, that are prayers and fasters and all of that. And we take all of that consideration, and because it's all behavior. We don't just look at the kitchen. We look at everything about living. Because generational, cultural, and emotional obesity are real. Some of us eat to feel better, and that's why we struggle. Some of us live in environments that are not conducive of health or wellness, and that is why we struggle. Sorry, I have chocolate chip under my nail. And then the third thing is culturally. Some of us were raised in obesity natured families, meaning the way that we were raised were habits that lead to symptoms that cause certain diseases that cause obesity. The other way around. We lived a certain way that caused obesity that led to symptoms that caused some of our diseases. Does that make sense? I came from a family, we ate 4 or 5 meats at a meal. Everything was about fried foods, fattening foods, and lots of it all the time, everywhere. If you die, if you graduate, if you're sick, if you're in a coma, if you get hit by a car, if you're shooting up crack, we just eating. I literally come from a family that eat for everything. Literally got into fights over food at parties. Fights. What I'm trying to explain to you is that the genetic nature of what my grandmother taught my mom about food, how you feed a man, who eats first, all of that matters in weight loss. I come from a place where all the men ate first. So if you was a kid, you watched grown people eat and you got the scraps. See, there's some things that many of us need to go back and look at. That's why some of us are slumped over our plates, hurrying up and eating because we think someone's going to take it or we're not going to get enough. That can stem all the way back from the time you had to watch grown people eat all the food and you got the scraps. You watched your mom fix so-and-so a plate and they ate, and then when they were done, you got fed. This culture where kids eat first, that's new. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. It was actually the men ate first, and then the women, and then the kids got whatever was left. Not sure why. I'm just telling you my truth. I don't know your truth. Yours might be different. I'm speaking on my truth, but if you can relate, grab it, take it, run with it. I always say, take what you like and leave the rest. Take what you like and leave the rest. Everything won't be for you, but what is, take it and use it. So today I encourage you to align yourself, to C to S to the power of three: self-control, self-discipline, self-acceptance. If you're struggling with motivation, consistency, follow through, check yourself. If you're struggling with your meal plan, hey, if you're struggling with meal plans, are getting your body moving, are waking up early enough, setting that alarm clock, you can't seem to do it because of your routine, you're overwhelmed, you got a lot going on. Check that self-control and self-discipline. Because what you'll find is that there are a lot of pockets of time where you're wasting time. You'll find there are a lot of times that you waste in gaps that you can use on those things that you want to do more of. So sometimes it's truly and effectively about realigning our life. I didn't say the kitchen. I didn't say stop eating out to 7. I didn't say count your calories. I said sometimes we need to realign our life. Okay. Food fed my comfort, had me overweight and sick. Yes, medicine and movement, 100% agree. Food fed my comfort from a very young girl. After many years of trauma work, I learned that when I tried to harm myself at 6 years old, I went into the refrigerator after they found me and I drank a beer and I ate, and that made me feel better. And that is the initiation of why food is my best friend, and the most toxic narcissistic relationship I've ever been in is the one I have with food. And the reason why I say that is because I can never fully walk away from food. I cannot divorce food and never go back to it. I must sustain and maintain a healthy, controlled, boundary-based codependency, low, like a non-codependent relationship based situation with food, because my mind tells me that food is meant to make me feel better in my mind. Do you understand what I'm saying? To my body, when I taste something, it's like mm, mm. My body's not like, oh my gosh, we got more energy, let's go do it. No, my body's like mm. Let's cuddle up and sleep. Because remember, I come from feeling lonely and abandoned. And as a result, I can wait all day long, eat one meal a day, climb up in the bed like a baby, put on the blanket, and I'll sleep all night. You know why? Because I just did the very thing that you do to a baby when a baby is upset and sleepy at night: stuff them with a bottle, change their diaper, put them in a blanket, and put them in a bed. That's the addiction part. Why would I wait 12 hours to eat all day when I had 12 hours to eat? Problem number one, that's called grooming. Problem number two, why would I then, because I haven't ate all day, then justify me eating 2, 3, 4, 5,000 calories in one meal and in 5 minutes at that? Make it make sense. And my justification for shoving it down my throat, ordering so much and eating it so fast is because I haven't ate all day. Make it make sense. Me trying to fit in with others made me yep. Yep. Okay, then here, check this. Here's another one that I often share. The other hard, or not hard. Let me see, what kind of the other I don't want to say hard. The other struggle on the backside of it is that not only do we create this lifestyle in order to eat the way we do adult peer pressure, it is real to not only eat the, not only we groom it. We groom it. So remember, I study human behavior, so I'm sending all my degrees right now. With I didn't have any skin removal and I didn't have any surgery. Sorry, love. I can't answer that question. Did you have any skin removal or surgery? Yes, medicine and movement. Yes, it is. It is so real. So what I'm explaining is, in the morning, I would wake up and I would move, function all day long. Now, mind you, I'm making sure everybody else around me is eating. I'm checking on staff. I have staff. I have 115 staff. I'm doing all this stuff, but I'm not checking on me. And then if I am eating a lunch in the middle of the day, the lunch is so fattening, so heavy, and so overwhelming with sodium, carbs, cheeses, fry, all of that stuff, that I'm sleepy after I eat anyway. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, you guys? Heart of a champion. No, you didn't either. No, no surgery, love. No. All natural weight loss. When you use nutritional, I use a form of nutritional cleansing. I use nutritional cleansing, and I've been taking a supplement called Isogenesis and NDA for several years. And those is what helped me. How did I lose it then? Natural. Like my profile says, natural. I know a lot of people believe in the theory of what's that? I know a lot of people believe in the theory of calorie in and calorie out, and I do believe that those work. I did calorie in, calorie out. I also believe that surgeries work for people. I also believe that the injection or is a self care is demonizing as being self. You know what, demonize. You know what, you are right, especially if you are in certain types of church that everything I do is naturally, honey. If you are in certain types, I do natural weight. I naturally lost weight, but I never neglect, reject, body shame, claim, or blame a person who chooses surgery, calorie counting, Weight Watchers, pills, or injections. That is not. I have no right to do that. If I choose to judge someone for any of those reasons, then I might as well put my drawers on fire and run straight on down to hell because judging is judging no matter what it looks like. Okay. That's just my truth. I believe that every person has a right to choose what they feel works for them. But I believe that if you do not include your mindset and your emotional and mental well being, then you're still in that same cycle. Because what happens when your tool isn't tooling anymore? Hear what I just said. What you gonna do when your tool ain't tooling no more? So that's why mindset. That's why therapeutic behavior weight loss modification is a relevancy in everybody's life who's seeking some form of weight loss or wellness that has had chronic issues long term. The reason why is because over the years your mindset becomes engulfed in this cycle of eating and not eating. So not only do you have to remove and help with the bondages that your body has created, you also have to help with the bondages that your mind have created. Once I lost my mind right, once I got my mind right, losing the weight was, yep. Once your mind is locked in, once your mind locks in, guys, it's over. It don't matter what tool you lose. Once your mind locked in, you're going to turn into a little personal scientist for yourself. You're going to begin to investigate and learn about your body. And I'm not talking about going to look up diets. I'm talking about learning about your body. If you don't poop regularly, find out why. If you have migraine headaches, find out why. If you have skin tags, dry skin, dry mouth, bad breath, body odor, find out why. Quit sitting around thinking your body not functioning right is normal and you're supposed to be like that. Advocate for yourself. Quit going somewhere just listening to somebody because they got a white coat on and not getting a second opinion. Some of our situations are because we chose to shut up when we needed to stand up. Be empowered. Be empowered, not impelled. Don't find yourself just complaining about what's not working. Be empowered and go and make them listen. No, they not make them listen. I learned human anatomy, then listened to my own body. Amen. Medicine and movement. She said, I learned human anatomy and then I listened to my body. All right. Some of us have allergic reactions to foods, but we keep eating them and we don't even realize it. But we'll go to the doctor. See, I had a client do this and I told her, listen, you know, the reason why you swelling like that is because you eat those chips at night and then go to sleep. And she swore up and down, no, 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 no. So I said, do me a favor. Don't eat no chips at night. Don't eat no potato chips after 7. Okay. Don't eat no potato chips after 7. I think you're allergic to, there's a chemical that they use to process potato chips to keep them on the shelf fresh. I said, I think your body has difficulty breaking it down. I said, but the best way to find out is to go ahead and gently go down to 2 days a week, then no days a week. Then see if you don't wake up swollen, migraine headache, dry mouth, blurry vision, then we know that whatever you were doing the night before was contributing to these symptoms you have in the morning. So, of course, naturally, so as we cut back on the chips. That's how I work with all my ladies. Hi, Dowdy. Hi, you guys. Hi, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. It's our reading, guys. We're doing it. We have 4 more minutes. So I tell her, hey, how did it go? I never heard anything back. She said, oh my gosh, I feel great. And I said, I start rewarding myself for food. Yes, no rewards for food. So my team is not allowed to go celebrate. Like, say for example, if you want to hang out with your friend, y'all gotta find something other than happy hour, going out to drink, and going out to eat. Yeah. If y'all want to do something to eat, or y'all have to find something other than going to get crumble cookie and ice yogurt or Rita's or whatever it is. Find something else to do. There's other things. There's other stuff to do. Some of you all are addicted to chewing, so every time you go chew, you cutting on the monster. Yeah. See, that chew monster is the one that nobody wants to talk about. That's what we doing. That's what we like. It's not actually the taste of food. It's the chewing. The body gets soothed from the movement of the mouth and the satiation of the chewing, and then the flavor. together. The cycle together creates the addictive nature, creates the food noise, creates the craving, and makes it stay and keeps it popping. I start going on hikes and touring museums. Oh my gosh, wow. So what's some of the things I do? I typically bike, ride, trail, hike. I live in Arizona, so biking, hiking, trailing, swimming. We have a pool, all of those. I'm an aqua instructor. In the summer, 5 days a week. In the winter, I ride bike 6 miles, I run 2 miles, and then I hike 3 miles. I work out daily. When I don't work out, I don't stress about it because you know what? I have self control. So I'm not a person that has to run to the gym every day to keep my results. I didn't because I made the right. I'm not gonna say the right choice because of the way that I pursue my wellness. I don't have to run to a gym and beat the gym down in order to keep my weight off because I'm not trying to outrun the kitchen. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't overdo the kitchen, so I'm not trying to outrun the gym. Right? Do you get it? I don't need to go to the gym and try to make sure I burn 1,000 calories every single day because I'm not sitting around overeating like that. I know a lot of people say eat what you want to and then work out. I get that, but why would I want to do that to my body? Every time you sit and binge on something, it raises your heart race. This is how plus size people can easily have a heart attack and die of a heart attack unexpected. Every time you sit and gorge like that, it increases your heart rate. Over the years, it wears the heart muscles down. This is true. Do your research. I say that always. Imagine doing that for 10 or 15 years, and before you know it, they're going to be telling you have heart problems. Because what happens is our behavior doesn't talk to our body and say, "Oh, we can't do that. That's gonna cause damage later." No, it says let's do that because we want to be satisfied right now. Okay, do your research. Just do your research. Okay. That's what I tell people. I don't go back into debates. I don't argue with nobody. I say go look it up for yourself. But I can tell you I have 23 years of actual professional experience and multiple degrees. So you do you go do your thing. I can tell you this. I listened to a doctor that was one of the top in her field and come to find out that it don't even matter what I found out. Let's just say she was definitely using me as a money mule. Because three of the things I got recommended for, I was never eligible for based on my blood. You know, there's certain things and certain meds and certain procedures you can't get if you have certain autoimmune and genetic diseases. They're not, you can't get it because it'll kill you. But I had doctors doing things and ignore certain things so that the experimental meds can happen, the experimental procedures can happen because there were kickbacks in those things. Just like you get a commission if you sell that perfume to your girlfriend, that's what a kickback is. So you can't knock the kickbacks because you get them too. Don't knock the kickbacks. I'm just letting you know the kickbacks are happening for everybody. So when you see a person that says, "Oh, she's selling that," your doctor's selling you the medicine. The only difference is you paying the insurance through your job. You're still paying for it. It's not free, bookies. So quit walking around saying it's free through my insurance. No, it's not. You lose your job. You don't got insurance. It's not free no more, books. 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 That's how that work. That's how that work, okay? That is exactly how that works. Hey, JP, Tamika, Patrick, how are you? Patricia, hello. MSBB, hello. Welcome in. So just remember, it's not that it's a bad thing, it's that make sure you're asking the right questions so you don't get caught up in the cycle. Sick care, well care. If you've been, this is my number one statement to my team. I say this almost every Wednesday. If you have been doing the same thing over and over for the last 5 years, and your result is the same right now today, boo. Beautiful. Not everybody else. You're still doing it. That's how that works. No, real talk, real talk. Think about it. I'd say that to myself the other day. I've been doing, hey babies, I've been doing the same thing. Okay, I've been using this face cream the same. The thing, it's not working. Y'all don't order it 4 times. It ain't working. If I order it one more time, I'm the fool. Do you understand what I just said? Hi, Layla Beauty. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm not, the product for me didn't work. What I'm saying, okay, the mark is still there. The point I'm making is if I order it again, I'm the one that's being foolish because whatever is going on with my skin, that particular product isn't strong enough. It's time for me to now do the investigation to figure out what's required. Does that make the definition of a is doing the same thing as me? I know. And I don't ordered it 4 times. And when I went on her to order it today, I said, I'm not doing it. I'm not. And this applies to your weight loss and wellness journey. I had one of my beautiful queens walk me through her morning routine one day, and she's been doing the same thing for 6 months. And of course, it's not my program. She's doing her own thing. I let my girls do their own thing until they see the light, but never I digress. So she's doing her own thing, and she says, I get up in the morning, I do this, and then I don't have an appetite all day, right? But what she wasn't realizing that the thing she's doing in the morning is why she's not hungry all day. If you've had weight loss surgery or you're on the injection, you're not supposed to be intermittent fasting. When are you gonna have enough time to eat enough food to get enough protein in? If you're only eating 6 hours out of 18 hours, you can't get 130 grams of protein in your body in 6 hours. Your stomach's too small. Your digestion rate is 7 to 10 minutes before it begins to dump into your biliary tract. How are you going to eat that much food and get the nutrition from it in enough time before it dumps into your biliary tract? See, this is the investigation that you're supposed to be out in the streets doing. Mm-hmm. See, some of us are plateaued mostly because we are suffering from malnourishment. We're not getting enough of the nourishment that we're actually putting in our bodies on the weight loss journey, so it's causing a plateau. So although you're dumping, you're releasing and removing before you can absorb. So then you got to ask questions about absorption rate, malabsorption, malnourishment. This is why you go talk to the people in the white coat and you ask real questions, or than just smiling and being scared. You empower yourself. You pray about it. And you go in there with your list. All right. And they say, oh, we can only talk about one thing at a time. Okay, keep going back about your one thing. Moral to the story is many things are merely a change in communication, a change in more information, literally elevates your game. Day 77 says, therefore God also has highly exalted him and given him the name which is above every name, that at the name of Jesus every knee should bow, of those in heaven and of those on earth and of those under the earth, and that every tongue should confess that Jesus Christ is Lord, to the glory of God the Father. Philippians 22:9-11. Okay, now this book we're reading right here, you guys, is on fear. So remember I talked to you about fear. I'll go into it a little bit on we do fear, discuss fear deeply on transformation. So each day we actually, so on Mondays we do motivation. So we motivate you to look at your stuff, to go back, to ask questions, to not be afraid, to advocate for yourself, to stand up, to take chances, to look at other things. Okay, so if you're someone, okay, I'm noticing I'm not getting this in, do the right things. Okay, so if you're already suffering from malabsorption, you realize you can't go take a bunch of pills, right? And you, I know that, right? If if you, okay, let me say, because if you, because you know if you had anything done to your stomach that makes you process food quicker than the food leaves before you can get it all, so you have to do things to the food, like you got to eat hot food so the food is already warm enough to digest it quicker. Do y'all know these things about science? The metabolic rate, the temperature of your stomach that is required for it to break down food. Did y'all That's science. When I talk about those science and those resources, come back. I got you. Keep coming back. I got you. I'm going to give you so much information. You're going to be able to go in the doctor, and the doctor going to think you done got a degree in weight loss. And you did. And you do. And you are. All right? Okay. It goes on to say, the strongest attack of fear cannot bring me low because Jesus Christ is my all in all. The strongest attack of fear cannot bring me low because Jesus Christ is my all in all. Thank you, Layla. Thank you for the gifts. Dowdy! I'm sorry. I didn't see your comment, Layla. Thank you for the follow, Mama. Got you. Got you, baby. T2 Real. Thank you, baby. Got you. You guys, this is my backup page. I have over 60,000 followers on my other page. And on that page, if you go over and look, it's a business account. I try to follow people, but they don't let you follow people back like that. But over here, baby, over here, we following like it ain't nobody. Is that allowed? I'm not going to get kicked off for that, too. Where my mods at? Y'all make sure I ain't getting no warnings, because y'all know I be getting warnings and stuff. So then it gives us two prayers. It says, one prayer, I command fear to bow before me in Jesus' name. Second prayer, I confess Jesus Christ as Lord over all my fears. So one thing about me It's because I had failed at weight loss. My biggest barrier was in the back of my mind. I didn't believe that I could actually lose the weight again. That was the number one problem starting out. I had to say that. I had to say out loud to people, I am afraid that I can't do this because I've already tried and I failed. I had to say that out loud so that the power of the little person in the back that was saying, you can't do it, you can't do it, you can't do it, clock it, you can't do it, clock it. I had to shut her down. I had to tell her, not only can I do it, but I'm not going to be doing it with you. And I began to look at who I was as a woman, how I function as a woman, a sister, a person, a mother, a lover. Okay. Oh, I didn't think I could do it because I seen other people fail. Yep. Okay. Medicine and movement said I didn't think I could do it because I saw other people not do it. Yes, that is also true. It and that's the concept I be wanting to talk about all the time. Is how you can get. Now, what I'm about to say next, I don't want to offend anyone. I just want to talk about that. Remember that environmental obesity concept I mentioned earlier? I basically been talking about environmental, cultural, and generational obesity for the last 9 years. And one of the things with environmental obesity that I have seen in my own life and in hundreds and thousands. I'm not just talking about 5 people, okay? And in several countries is that there becomes a culture around bigness. Just hear me out. I'm gonna go fast. And what happens is if there's a group of us and one person is wanting wellness and the group isn't wanting wellness, it's like crabs. Okay? I don't know why. Or if we all do it together, and we beat some and certain people advance better than other people, it becomes a divided clique. I don't know what this is about. Hey, matriarchy, but what I can tell you is that that is a form of environmental obesity. Your environment prohibits you from being able to walk in a path of consistency long enough to achieve relevant results. Your environment prohibits and creates blockages and barriers that don't allow you to align and walk a pathway consistent or long enough to equal sustainable weight loss. So it's not that people don't lose weight, it's that most people lose weight but struggle to keep it off. I am a sustainability coach. I am a maintenance coach. I maintain weight loss. I'm not losing weight currently. I'm maintaining the loss of 479 pounds. My clients are maintaining the loss of 200, 300, 400, 600. Yes, you asked me if I have someone that was that heavy. I do. My clients have come to me as large as 800 pounds. Okay. My clients are typically bed bound and they are truly individuals who were not able to get accepted to places like Dr. Now. Um, the work that we do is mindset. We work on their mind, and as a result, they do lose weight from the bed through mindset therapy and physical workouts and meal plans. So, although my program has all that stuff, our primary focus is your mind. And your mindset is free, guys. It's free to work on you. Okay? It's free for you to do research, for you to get a counselor. It's free for you to go talk about that trauma you never got to get resolved. And what I mean by it's free for you to do that, because there's people that you can search out in your own life that will be a sounding board for you. But many of us are so afraid of what our people that are going to think about us because we're the strong person. Well, guess what? Strong people have weak moments. And many of you who are the strong person, they already see that you're weak. You're fooling yourself. You have weak moments like everybody else, and the people around you know that. You're fooling yourself. You're fooling yourself. And I can't talk to nobody about my stuff, but you can. You just don't want to because you don't want to be ashamed. That's called shame. That's not called not having nobody. That's shame. Because what happens is we don't want people to know we're struggling in areas. And what happens is because of the nevers that we talked about yesterday, because of the nevers, we won't go out and pursue somebody to be our support system. We'll be walking around with no support system and then be complaining that we ain't got no support system. What? Go find one. Did you know you can have friends that ain't your family? Did you know just because you got 17 cousins and don't none of y'all get along, you don't got to stay in toxic relationships where they talk about you, body shame, you call you fat, ugly, stupid, dumb, and drag you through the mud every time you see them and you keep running back for it? Did you know you can get free from that too? Did you know you don't have to go to every family event where they ostracize you and make you feel like a little bitty mouse in a wall and step on you every time they walk by and you sitting over doing it? Did you know you ain't got to do that? Did you know anytime that person, when you go around to that family event, they make sure they say something about you, your family, and your kids? Did you know you ain't got to go? Let me read the other book because y'all done got me really on Motivational Monday. But did you know? Did you know you can actually say no to the things that hurt you regardless of who it helps? Did you know you can have been doing something for years and years and years for somebody and not like it and decided you don't want to do it no more? And guess what? The person, if they're adult and mature enough, they should say, okay, thank you so much for all you've done for me. I appreciate you. But see, we don't have relationships where the communication is even healthy enough to do that. To have safe boundaries, to have safe no's. Yep, no is a complete sentence. To have safe yeses. To tell somebody, I really don't like when you do that. Did you know that I noticed a little theory about that? When somebody says they don't like, when you tell somebody that you don't like something, have you noticed that they'll actually stop talking to you about that subject? Which, you know what that tells me on my mind? And y'all can tell me what y'all think. If you make a joke about me and I point out to you that I don't like the joke, and then you stop talking to me because I told you I didn't like the joke, you realize it wasn't a joke. You was trying to hurt me. Because why would you get mad if I tell you that something you're doing is hurting me? I need y'all to hear that. If you body shame me and I say to you, I don't like when you say that about my body, it bothers me. And then all of our next communications and dealings are jaded because I placed the boundary on you, that means whatever your justification for your action was, you was either bullying me, taunting me, manipulative, narcissistic. Are you jealous? Because me telling you how I feel, if we really like that, it should never change how you move with me because they're my feelings and I'm allowed to have it. And so are you. And these are the things we need to be careful about. If you tell someone how you feel and it changes how they deal with you, that means there was something wrong with the way they was dealing with you in the first place. Because telling someone to stop doing something that's hurting you shouldn't be a problem, especially once you tell them it's hurting you. Are you following me? Did y'all catch that? Because if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Medicine and movement. If they know, they know. Dowdy. If they know, they know. Yes, learning to heal yourself is the hardest thing. But staying in learning. Most of us heal and then stop. I don't know where y'all got that from. What helped me when I got started is just to stop telling friends. But well, see, you know what? Wait a minute. Let me make sure. Did I already hit you back? I had to make sure. Because see, not only do so, first of all, as y'all can see, I suck at social media. As you can see, I have all platforms. I have thousands of followers on various amounts. Some places I only have 300. Some places I have 30,000. Some places I have 60,000. Some places I have 7,000. Never I digress. More to the story is this. I struggle with telling myself my good news. So you ain't got to worry about me telling you too much of my good news because I struggle with telling myself. I struggle with celebrating myself. But anyway, never I digress. What movement, medicine and movement is sharing with us this evening? She said, what helped me when I got started is to just stop telling friends and family they'll sabotage you. And what she's, again, going back to reference, is generate up environmental obesity. Have you ever told somebody and they know that you in the middle of like reaching a weight loss goal and they'll literally cook, make, and bring you your favorite dish to your house? And you so thirsty to have somebody do something sweet for you that you don't even see that her subconscious is sabotaging you. They go get your candy bar from the gas station and bring it over to your house. They go get your favorite cookie from that place. They drive out of their way and get it, boo, and bring it to you. And in the moment, you don't know. But what happens, they will bring you Krispy Kreme donuts, a whole dozen. Because what'll happen is it's like being an addict. You get one taste of the possibilities, and the rainbow is free. You see, because what will happen with me is say you bring me McDonald's, just something quick. The McDonald's now needs some form of sweet. So now I need you to give me a Snickers, a Kit Kat, or something. But the Kit Kat now needs something salt. So now I need some chips. You see the cycle? It's building fast. And now after dinner, I need my chips and my bar, but I ain't got nothing to drink, so now I need a pop. You following me? So already right there, I've conjured up a whole scenario of how I can continue to feed silently this compulsion that's going to cut back on by accident, all based on an item that was brought to me. I didn't go get it. It started it. I just finished it. Today's reading, June 9th, says this, babies. It says, believe in life, not loss. Believing in life means we can trust in the nature and rhythm of love with all its constant change. We believe in transformation, change, and purpose. Believing in life means we're not in bondage to the past. No matter what we've done, what decisions we've made, we set ourselves free to trust ourselves now. We trust what we feel, we trust what we know, we trust what we think we need to do next. Believing in life means we trust the lessons we're learning are real. They're valuable and divinely ordained, even when learning a lesson means feeling pain. Believing in loss means we focus on grief, on the pain, on the tragedy, on the inescapable reality of certain events. Believing in loss means we get fixated on what was taken from us and what we did wrong. We judge ourselves and our lives harshly. Believing in loss often means we stay stuck. We're afraid to let go of a person, place, or thing that's no longer right for us because we're afraid to lose anything anymore. Do you believe in loss or do you believe in life? Believing in life means it's okay to let go. We can trust where we've been. We trust where we're going, and we're right where we need to be now. Believe in life, not loss. Okay. Medicine and Movement said, just between me and God, He called me to be better, not tell everybody. Yep. Yep. And I think what happens is we'll get excited. But I think many of like I told my girls one day, I said, listen, I don't want y'all to call nobody else for prayer until y'all go to God and pray first. And then everybody else after that you ask to pray for you for your situation or circumstance is extra. Don't be running to people telling them your stuff, and then the first thing that, girl, you gonna be all right. You don't need to hear that right now. You need to hear somebody say, you know what, I'm so sad this is happening to you. Because sometimes we're not even validated in our struggles because people expect us to just stay strong and get over and then move on. They'll actually say stuff like, oh, it's gonna be okay, you'll be all right. No, honey, let me have this moment. I need to fall apart and think I'm not gonna be all right so I can get back up. Okay. So it's okay for you to take that moment to fall apart, to cry to your God, and then, okay, what two prayer words I'm calling to get this prayer going so we can get these angels to get on their job. External validation is addictive. It indeed is. It indeed is, because if I based, for me, when the first thing I did, because at first when I didn't do my weight loss journey like online. I'm not, my girls don't do a lot of before and after pictures. I'm not a big fan of that because I don't believe that we should have to prove to nobody in before and after photos when we're on our journey that our journey is relevant. I think the relevancy and consistency in our journey comes from us showing up and us seeing a difference every day. And then when we've accepted and can see that difference, that's when those comments don't feel like daggers. You know, what happens is we go to a space where strangers are and ask them to support us. But the truth to the matter is, the likelihood that we're going to get the support we're looking for initially is going to be abusive, because people choose to attack when you can't put a face to a name, right? And I think it doesn't matter what it is. It could be a disability, it could be a situation, it can be drama, it could be gossip. But more people have more to say because they can basically attack in the dark. And I've always felt like when it comes to weight loss and wellness, you never open doors for people to be able to stab you in your back about it. Not your not your wellness, not your health, not what keeps your heart and lungs moving and breathing. You don't let nobody drag you through the mud like that. That's me personally. So, I see a lot of people, women that come across my timeline where somebody is saying a comment so horrible to them that they don't want to be on the app anymore. They're going to leave the app and they're going to quit their wellness journeys and they're not going to work out anymore. And all I'm thinking to myself is, who? What? What are you doing that for? Who? Who they say that when they do that? Why? Oh, no, we will not be silent. And I'll go right in her comment and say, listen, Queen, baby, they hung Jesus on a cross and nailed him to the cross. You actually think they was gonna let you post something and not say anything, baby? Don't you worry about what them people talking about. Them people ain't talking about nothing. And half of their mamas fat. Don't worry about it. They grew up around big women and they taking it out on you because they couldn't say that to the big women.